up where we left off. And now let me go into my thing. Hold on. Okay, so now everyone can hear me. Now we don't gotta wait 6 minutes of complete silence. Now it's completely here. So now I get to go in my thing. We have about a half hour left. That should be more than enough.
Maybe you can be generous since it took us a long time for preparation.
I don't know. If only I didn't promise my girl that I would da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Next time we'll have more time. We could do this tomorrow.
True.
And tomorrow, if you're not like ridiculously busy in the beginning, we can just immediately, and then we can knock out like 2 hours or something.
I'm going on a hike tomorrow.
It depends on when.
I'm going like probably early in the morning.
Early in the morning, and then you'll be back when?
I'll be back soon enough, I think.
Yeah, soon enough, brother. And here, let me send this to you. And boom, that's number 2. And perfect.
Okay, I'll put it in the...
And now you're gonna invite me to the world we were currently. Oh, invite me to the world you and me did when we were. Oh no, wait, you said creative. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm starting a new one. Here,
yeah, just make it creative. After you link everything, then make sure you just make creative and then give me there.
I got you. Here, I'll invite you right now, actually.
Why does my voice sound so high?
Yo.
I hate how high my voice sounds. That's crazy.
Why does my voice sound so high? It doesn't even sound high.
Bro, it sounds high to me, you know?
To you. Alright, I invited you.
Alright, bro. Did you link it to everybody?
I'm doing that right now.
Golly.
Hold on. Let's go back. This one.
It could be nice.
Paste
like,
the link in the comment section. And I'm going to put the link.
Today? Did you pray today? Because if you didn't... Can't even say it.
Okay, yeah, you can't say it. Why you... Oh, wait, no, that's why. Never mind. Let's see. I did that. Private.
Did you link it to everybody?
Linked it to the ultimates. Now I'm going to tag everyone again and know everyone's notifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone. New link. There.
Perfect.
Alright.
Hey, yo, Oozle. Yo, you're tripping.
Yo, okay, bro. I've had this before him. You know that. Okay.
Alright, we gonna wait like 1 minute, like 60 seconds for everyone else to stroll back in. Feel me?
Got you. Fuck. There.
I'm having a good time, like... I think once it hits, it's at about 4 minutes. When it's 4 minutes 30 seconds, I think we can stroll back.
I bet.
By the way, before we even start talking, what are we doing so that we're not just doing nothing?
Like as you can see, I'm building like a parkour thing, so like you can like jump around or whatever, so they can watch us. So that's what I'm building. I'm just building.
Oh, bet. All right, I'm gonna go build a house, like literally right here, and then as soon as you're done, just let me know. All right, 4 minutes 30 seconds. We can get back to it. So where were we? Okay, so yeah, we had the Buddhist talk.
Let's say for people who watch this future reference, go to the stream before this. It was a little glitchy, but we solved it, figured it out. So now we're doing this. This is a continuation of the last stream, part 1.
Yes, this is Body Blacksmiths, the first podcast. It's podcast number 1, part 2, because the first one was doing the most. So we had to make sure there were some things to kink out and go back in. So now we've switched games, so now the game won't lag out. We can sit here and talk, and you guys can have a visual while we're talking. Please go back and watch the first one. It was like 5, 6, 7 minutes at least, and had a really good topic we were discussing on. We discussed Buddhism and religion and so many things in that, and it's a really positive experience. I think you should go watch it. Now,
absolutely. And like I was saying after that, though, it's also something I noticed, but people in religion, how religion gives people power, and how like the strongest people in this world, how the people with I think the most influence and who are the most positive as influence are very religious people, and it gives you that sense of, okay, there has to be something to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, I mean, if you look at UFC fighters like Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's a Muslim, and he was very devout, and he was very serious about his religion. He wasn't out partying and drinking and having parties with promiscuous women and things like that, you know, like the party life of someone that's a successful fighter. And his religion was just train and Allah, and that was literally it. And considering that was the case, whenever he went in the ring, he would always smash his opponents. He would always kill him. They would have no chance with him. He never lost a round because all he did was train, sleep, and pray. So yes,
absolutely.
And even when you're in an anxious situation, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna say, you have to convince yourself you have the power of God with you. So yes, I think religion does make you more powerful. It frames that idea of power in your mind. So that definitely makes God a formidable force, if nothing else, in that.
Absolutely. So, well, what do you think of the concept of people think that religion might... I've heard before, I don't know if it's a common thing, that a lot of people think religion can either take away freedom of action and thought, or the question of if any God does exist, did they grant us freedom? Do we have free will?
Do we have free will? Well, the short answer, I believe, is yes. We have free will because... some people think that because God knows everything and God is the ultimate planner and da-da-da-da-da, that he has set your destiny to where every choice you make is what he wanted. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. If you actually research religion, God has given you free will. He knows what your decisions will be because he exists outside of space, matter, and time. So he can see what you're going to do tomorrow, but you still have the free will to make that decision. So any and all decisions you make are just as it is intended. It is free will. So, I would say to that, I don't think religion takes away free thought. I think religion gives you power. I think it gives you an open mind to new perspectives. I think it gives you a lot of forgiveness in your heart that a lot of us don't share because humans are sinful people by nature, as far as you could tell. I think that's really it, man. I don't think religion takes away your freedom of thought. I think religion will open up your mind to possibly, if you don't have it, because not a lot of people have the capacity to handle stress or anxiety or problems and be able to tackle them head on. So I think having God by your side and having that thought of, I have my Lord protecting me, is something that can help you in almost all of your situations, and it can help you be more powerful than if you were without God. So no, I don't think that's right at all, to be honest.
Good. I completely agree. I know I've heard some people say some things that I'm like, are you sure we're talking about the same thing? So, absolutely.
Right.
And when it comes to freedom of thought, though, freedom of destiny, what about when it comes to an atheist perspective? When it comes to just destiny in general?
Elaborate. What do you mean?
It's almost as if like time travel, almost like the butterfly effect. If the future has already been set out for you, if it's possible to travel to the future, that means your actions have already been set. That means they're already pre-planned. That means they're already set in course of action. Domino effect. Once the first one goes down, they all start coming down with it, unless something gets in the way. But the way everything works, do you think it's like how do I put this?
It's fine. It's a bit of a tough question. It's fine if you got to think for a sec.
Do you think that when it's pretty much like, I don't know, maybe I'm asking a stupid question that I had thought of and now I don't even know the question myself. Let's change it up a bit. What about time travel? Do you think that'll ever come into existence?
I'm pretty sure it's already been proven that we can go into the future. We just can't go into the past. And the reason for that is because I have been led to believe that if you travel at a fast enough MPH, if you travel at a fast enough speed, you can actually go a few seconds into the future. I've seen a scientist explain this one time. It's just that there's no way that you could reach any speed to go into the past. But I don't exactly know the details myself. Do I think time travel will ever be, like, brought to the public? No, because we can't just have, we can't just have random Joe Schmo traveling back to 1863 and, bringing back slavery. Like, we can't have that because he's just gonna fuck it up for everybody. But
absolutely.
But what I do think is time travel does exist. I think the government or someone has already come up with a way to, I wouldn't even say master it, but just do it on a regular basis. So I'm sure it definitely is around. I'm sure if we actually broke into Area 51 instead of fucking around and we actually started talking to some aliens, I'm sure we would have found something like that. But yeah, time travel is most definitely possible. It is like sci-fi and it's good for like money and all that. It's most definitely a real thing though.
I know for a fact that I've heard if you are able to travel faster than light and go a couple light years away, and you look at the Earth from all the way over there, you can see the past. Because the light hasn't reached there yet, and so when you look in, you'll see like the Egyptians building pyramids or whatever, or the aliens or the aliens placing pyramids, if that's what you believe.
Right. Also, Kento said, "I have a question. If you got one, bro, go ahead and shoot it."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, what's the next one?
He said before, "Did you pray today?"
So, what's the next one?
The next one? Well, let's wait for Kento. Actually, no, we can start on the next one.
He's probably like trying to like think it out.
All right. Well.
Oh no!
What do you think?
Wait. Sorry, he actually did it. What is your mental state? What is my mental state? Man, that's a good one. So, me personally.
First off, why are you building out of dirt?
Bro, I am literally zoning out so I can talk to you. I just so happen to be building a dirt house. I'm gonna put a roof and everything. If you're done with your parkour course, then we can get to that.
I mean, you can try it out for now, but it's just small.
Yeah.
Hey,
the
bro,
best things aren't really
it's
small.
enough.
Don't start. I was about to say. All right. So, anyways, what is my mental state? That's a very good question. My mental state, it depends exactly on what you're asking. If you're asking how do I feel on a daily basis, it's not bad. I think I have a much more positive outlook on daily life than most people, especially most people my age. For those who don't know, I am teenage age. Me and Angel are both teenage age. We are not yet adults.
Yes, we still have the teen blank.
And also the teen luxury of living with parents.
Something teen.
But anyways, my mental state, it's so hard to put it into words because it's so complicated yet so simple because I live it daily. But I always try to live every day like a challenge. I am a very competitive person. I am a boxer. I love to fight, right? And of course I just love punching and getting punched and all that, but I also love the competition aspect of it, which is why many other people fight. So whenever I like to think of something in my daily life that makes me mad, yeah, that's fine. You can have another one while I'm answering this. But for example, if I'm having a bad day, if someone normally has a bad day, they're going to go home and someone's going to be like, how was your day? They're going to be like, oh, it was so bad. This person did this. And it's going to fuck up their mood, which is going to fuck up their performance because they're so worried about how their day was. And they're going to just go and try and sleep it off or watch Netflix and do some other lazy stuff or instant gratification or something that's going to... I don't do that. Whenever I am having a bad day, and I have them, we all do, we're humans. Whenever I'm having a bad day, instead of framing it as I'm having a bad day, why is this happening to me? I frame it as a challenge. So I understand that I perform best when a challenge is involved because I thrive off of competition. It's a genuine joy for me. So when I'm having a bad day, I think, oh, someone or something is trying to ruin my day. They are trying to make my performance lazy. They are trying to mess with my mind. They are trying to do something to me to where I'm not performing how I normally am. And so, instead of having the victim mindset of why me, I then have the winner mindset of try me. So my mental state is not constantly happy. I'm not constantly happy. I'm not constantly joyful. I have the same mood swing flux of emotions most people do. I just simply frame it in a way to where when I act on them, it's not in a sense to where it does not benefit me. You know what I'm saying? But if you also were to ask my mental state in terms of how am I viewing life, I think life is great. I think because of the way I framed it in my mind to where bad days aren't exactly bad days, they're just challenging days, things like that. I think life is amazing. I'm not a depressed person. I've been depressed once in my life, haven't been depressed since then. I've made sure to construct my mind in a place to where that rarely or will never happen again. And so I think life is beautiful. I didn't say life was easy, but most things that are easy aren't beautiful. So most things that are earned through hard blood, sweat, and tears are the things that are most beautiful, like a good body, or the relationship with a good woman, or having a lot of money. I think a lot of the things that you want that a lot of people don't get to are the beautiful things because it takes so much to get there. And so considering that's my mindset, I think life is a very beautiful thing. I think life is something where you will get it if you work for it, not if you ask for it. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. I live a very transactional life. I don't live a life of I deserve this or I've been wanting this and so I should have this. I think of it as don't be mad about the work you did not put in and the results you did not get. So it's very hard to look at life as a positive thing if you consistently focus on the obstacles. If you consistently look at the obstacles, you will continuously see obstacles. So I always make sure to try and look at life in not an object way, but in a different way. Instead of thinking of it as good and bad, think of it as different. Oh, this is different. A smart man once told me there's no such thing as right or wrong. That's a human thing. Animals don't have right or wrong. They just have survival, right? So right and wrong is a human thing. So morals is a human thing. We're the only ones who simulate emotions that we can perceive into our communication with each other. That's an entirely human thing. So instead of thinking, now that doesn't mean I don't have my own set of morals, what I think is good or bad. I just understand universally that's not a thing. And so when you understand that there's not really any right or wrong, it's just how you frame it and how does it cross your morals, you stop looking at things as, oh, that's fucked up. Or you stop looking at things as, oh, that's amazing. You start looking at things for, that's just different. That's just a different perspective. And I think that's much healthier because that inclines you to not care as much. And I've explained this before, and I'll explain this on this podcast. Someone clip this one. Whenever... I literally just lost the train of thought. Hang on. Wait. Oh, yeah, got it. So there are two different types of not caring. And I want to explain this to everybody, and I highly encourage you use this to stop yourself from feeling negative emotions on a daily basis. There are two types of not caring. There's the healthy type and there's the unhealthy type. When a lot of people say, oh yeah, I don't care, I don't give a fuck, they can do that in two different ways. Way number one is the unhealthy way. They cannot give a fuck about anything. They're ready to burn bridges at the smallest notice simply because it's an inconvenience in the moment. They're the people that act on emotions because they don't give a fuck about nothing and can't nobody tell them shit and da-da-da-da-da. They end up cutting so many people off. They end up not having any aspirations because they don't care, because they don't want to put the work in, so they just frame it as they don't give a fuck. That's unhealthy. When you truly care about nothing, that is very unhealthy. Now, the healthy side to not caring is when you are at peace. What I mean is, if someone says something to you, have you ever gone to school and someone said something to you, probably like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, you're probably a little kid, and they probably said, oh, your mom's a blank blank. When you go home and you tell that to your dad or your mom or dad, if they don't wow out at first, what do they usually say? Why are you mad about that? Oh, he said this about my mom. Is it true? And you're like, no. And they're like, well, then why are you mad? Now, we all grew up with that as kids, and now we're older.
I don't know about that, but...
Well, most of us did, but yeah, I got you. Let me wrap this up real quick. But anyways, the healthy way of not caring is having peace with yourself. So you're not necessarily bothered by outside things. You're not really distracted by many things to hurt your life, da-da-da-da-da. So I think if you can not care in a way that brings you peace and you're not troubled by what others think of you or how they perceive you, I think you're going to have a much better life. So those are the two ways. Now, anyways, next one.
Next question.
Next question. Yeah, my fault.
For future reference, when you have a next question, you can just write it out and we'll get to it.
Yeah, and
we can always go back
absolutely.
and check and look at it.
But I was rambling a bit, so yes. You talking like Andrew. Yeah.
I was getting into it though. I can completely agree and understand with that and resonate with it because I've experienced both types of not caring for how my life has played out, and I can completely agree with the fact that there are two types of it, and it's a very thin line. It is a very thin line to cross. It's very easy to go on one or the other side.
It's like Kratos said, it's a delicate balance. And then he said something else that didn't pertain to it. But the beginning of it is, it's a very delicate balance. And when you are able to hold that balance, it's the sweet spot. Have you made music? Okay. Yes, in fact, I have made music, or at least I've been attempting to. I've been trying to work some things out with SoundCloud, as in, like, for example, I'll just take, like, a beat off something, and then, like, I'll rap on it, and then I'm like, damn, can I post this, or is this going to get copyrighted? But I have made music before. I have music in a vault that I'm ready to release to start a SoundCloud or something. I have had thoughts of having a rap career or something like that, not because I'm a rapper, but because I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? And rap is just my way to get to the green. So
that actually incorporates with one of the other questions I had for you.
Yeah. So absolutely, I've made music before, and it is Victor Ice, or I'm pretty sure that's the name. I'm just gonna keep with it. But Victor Ice, and don't worry, that'll come into the projects later, ladies and gentlemen. But hang on, I think there's another question real quick.
There's another question. He's trying to get us canceled.
Your thought.
Yo, get out of here.
No, that's not even canceled. Real talk,
I respect everyone. No, I respect.
Yeah.
We respect everyone and their opinions, and they're entitled to them. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this in a way that's not going to get me canceled, but in a way to where I'm not just keeping my mouth shut. So, my thoughts on the LGBT agenda.
Well, it also depends on what you mean by their agenda, because there are a lot of people within that community that are really good people, but then there's also people in that community that aren't so good in terms of who we're looking for as our friends. Yes. It's very dependent on the individual and the group you're talking about.
Absolutely. So let me make this clear. Whatever I say about the LGBT or about any other group of people, that is not a direct correlation and a generalization of every single one of them. It is simply a generalization of the ones I'm talking about. So it's very simple. If you're not the one I'm talking to, don't listen. It's like that, right? So I have two ways about this.
If the internet worked that way, we'd have a really good time. If the internet worked that way.
Hopefully. But back in the Vine days, man. But, so let's see here. My thoughts on the LGBT agenda. Bro, you need 1K, 1YT to get canceled.
That's true, but still. You know how people be looking to the past, like Back to the Future.
But anyways, so my thoughts on the LGBT. So there's two ways about this. The LGBT in terms of people that are simply of a different sexuality and want to support a group of people who also have that sort of changing sexuality. Those people are normal people. They are simply just a different sexuality. They're trying to live their life in the sexuality they seem fit because it makes them the happiest. I have absolutely nothing against those people, and I highly encourage them to follow their passions for whatever sexuality they choose to make sure that they have a healthier, happier life. I have nothing against those people in any way, shape, or form. I'm a straight man. Had I been a gay man, I would still just be me. I would just so happen to like men. Very, very simple. What you think the soul is blood. So, that's that one. Now, the one that might get me canceled, I'm going to try and put this respectfully, are the part of the LGBT where they try to push their sexuality or their certain sexualities onto other groups, especially children. That is a completely different topic. So
elaborate on what you mean by that, because a lot of people will take that as so they can't express themselves, as in that's putting it on the groups.
You're absolutely right. So check this out. So when I say trying to put it on children, no. I'm not saying don't be expressive. And a bit of profanity in here, so please mind you. I'm not even going to build this dirt house so I can focus on this real quick. Okay. Here's where I draw the line personally. This is where, of course, there's no right or wrong, but then there's just the morals. This is where my morals are crossed. If you are gay, let's say you're a homosexual man, you like men, you used to like women, let's say you changed, you had an experience, whatever, cool. You now like men, that's totally fine. If you want to tell your buddy Jim that you like men and you want to try and get him to be gay, whatever, cool, that's your homie, he can take that how he feels. If you want to express it to your parents, close friends, anything, something like that, even your own children, if you wish to try and push that onto them, that's totally fine. They are your children. That is your space. That's your community. That's your network. That's cool. However, the part where I am starting to draw the line at, and this is the part that might get us canceled, again, I'm going to say respectfully, if you are of a different sexuality and you are under the impression it is your job or duty or your business to inflict that and try to metaphorically shove it down someone's throat, like continuously reminding them and continuously pushing it and da-da-da-da-da. If you are continuously pushing that onto people and making it a personality of yours, sure, that's expressive. Those are not friends I would like. But if you are also the type to where you believe it is your job to enforce your sexuality on someone else's children, that in my morality, that in my moral sense, is an evil deed. It is not your business. No matter how good it may seem to you, you could be a straight person. You could be a straight man, and there's a gay person and they have kids that they're trying to push them to be homosexual. If you try to tell the kids to be heterosexual, it doesn't matter about your religion, that is not your business. That is not your child. Whatever morals the parents decide to enforce upon their children is completely their business. If the children is safe and they're simply trying to express worldviews upon them, it is nobody's business. It's not the government's business. It's not my business. It's for damn sure not your business. It's nobody's business to tell anyone's kids how they should think besides their parents. So anyone trying to enforce any amount...
Well, hold on.
What?
What about teachers?
What do you mean about teachers?
A lot of teachers and a lot of kids have trouble in households, and that same logic can apply to a lot of different things that parents could teach their kids. For example, racism, that could also apply to that. Now you could say, oh, that's still entirely up to the parent. Okay, well then what if that parent is teaching ideas that make that child become quote-unquote dangerous to a society? That's a lot of arguments people tend to have when it comes to that logic. I agree, and I understand your interpretation and the way you're saying it when it comes to people genuinely like trying to influence them in a malicious way, in a negative way that they know is not okay with the guardian of that child. Then I can agree with that. The guardian, that's a very big part. Not necessarily the parent, because the parent could be a druggie or an alcoholic or abandoned or something like that. The kid could be in a very bad state in which they need extra help, and that extra help might happen to be someone who's not heterosexual. And so I'd like you to elaborate.
Yeah, okay, that's a very good point. So I'm going to start off with saying this. I've come to learn in my life. Yes, I'll answer the other questions, by the way. Don't worry. I've come to learn in my life that nobody wants to be the asshole in the room. Now, some people may be thinking, no, that's not true. Okay, yes, some people are genuinely like, I want to be a dickhead. Fine. Most of the time, I'm talking 99%. Not the time you talk to a person at one time. No, literally, like, rarely in your life will you see someone like this. But nobody wants to be the asshole. No one wants to be the guy that's like, yup, I'm racist, and I think that's wrong, and that's why I'm still doing it. No racist thinks they're the bad guy. That's why they're racist. If you ask anyone, if you walk out on the street and you tell someone, or you say to someone, are you a bad person? Are you someone who tries to inflict pain upon others? Most of the time, you'll get a no. And that person could be racist, sexist, homophobic, an abuser, all of those things. They could be a felon, so many things. So no one is going to walk around thinking they're the bad guy and staying the bad guy. So if you are a racist trying to purport your racist views upon your children, do I agree with that? Absolutely not. However, that is still not my business. And at the same time, that racist parent does not think they're wrong, which is why they're teaching it to their children. So you have to understand the psychology of other people. So
basically what you're saying is everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but that is your opinion and not your business to try and force upon your opinion as fact onto others.
Correct. And also, I would like to say a little also quick note. Just because you should not try to enforce your views upon other people's children, that doesn't mean you just can't talk. It just means going to the extreme. That just means, like, for example, and again, this isn't me saying homosexual people cannot express themselves. I fully think they should. But, for example, when you are marching through the streets, for example, I saw this one pride parade, I'm not saying the entire, I'm saying one pride parade. I saw this one pride parade where they were marching through the street saying, we're coming for your children, like trying to convert children to their way of thinking. That is an extremity. That is doing the most. Trying to get children to think of your way. That's doing the most. That's trying to purport your views and shove it down their throat. That's unacceptable. Now, however, if you are a gay friend of some kid, and if you're like, hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie, being gay is where it's at, that's cool. That's just your worldviews. There's nothing wrong with that. The only wrong part is when you are clearly not welcome and trying to make something your business that's not, when you're meddling in someone else's morals from that kid that you don't pay for or take care of, that's where it starts to become a line to draw for me.
Okay. I completely understand.
Let me see what else. Let me see. One more question. Do you like Kingdom Hearts?
He said, do you like Kingdom Hearts?
Do I like Kingdom Hearts? How do I say this? It's not a yes, but it's not a no. This is why. I have a very love-hate relationship, kind of, with Kingdom Hearts. Hey, bro, can you come over here and do this roof for me? Because I am just, like, moving back and forth. I'm going to just go on the parkour thing. Yeah,
go on the part. I was about to say, because I've done a bit with it.
Thank you. So, here's the thing, bro. I don't hate Kingdom Hearts, but I don't love it. And the reason is because I got a brother, right? He used to play Kingdom Hearts. We used to have a PS2. We used to play Kingdom Hearts all the time. Dude, I played Kingdom Hearts 1. Fabulous way to start off. We had the beach going. I had Sora with the wooden sword trying to fight people, having like talks. It was like I was playing Danganronpa, bro. It was fucking dope. I loved it. But then we got to the part where like we had to start going into where was that place? The place with the doors and I forget the place. Not Hollow Bastion, but y'all know the place. Like one of the first worlds you go to, and there's like a shop and everything, and y'all know what I'm talking about. And that place where you have to fight the Heartless and all that shit, bro. Them puzzles. The only thing about Kingdom Hearts I don't like is the fucking puzzles, bro. Kingdom Hearts is a good game. It's a dope game. Sora's in Smash. Don't like it, but Sora's a cool person. He has cool character development. Da-da-da-da-da. He tries to save his friends. Riku's a cool sort of antagonist, anti-villain. Da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? What's her name is hot. I forget her name. Someone's going to tell me and slander my shit. Kingdom Hearts is cool. I just can't deal with the fucking puzzles. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I need to look up a tutorial. But them shits have me run out of patience. I have no patience for all that, bro. Because when I'm trying to fight Heartless, literally, when I'm fighting Heartless for 5 minutes in one room, shing, shing, shing style, you know what I'm saying? I'm throwing fucking Thunder Raga after Blizzard, after Fire Raga, da-da-da. I'm throwing Flame Ball after Flame. And then not only that, not only does that take a while and the puzzles suck, you telling me if I kill 20 of them motherfuckers and I walk back in that room 2 minutes later, they all respawn? Fuck no, I hate that, dude. Kingdom Hearts is a dope game. It's just not my game, bro, because god damn it, I'll tell you right now, bro, if I slash some Heartless for like 5 minutes and I come back and everyone's back and I'm on one heart because I just got done and y'all kill me, I'm throwing my controller in my TV. I'm so dead ass. So do I like Kingdom Hearts? It's alright, man. It's okay. All right,
so let me ask you another question. Right. Earlier you mentioned that you dabble in rap on the side, right?
Yeah.
That kind of correlates with one of my questions I had for you. What do you think is the most efficient or best way? Of course, it comes down to who you are as a person and just personal preference. What do you think are the healthiest and best ways to have creative expression?
The healthiest and best ways to have a creative expression. That's a really good question. Of course, the answer is it depends, but I'm going to try and not make it so, like, 5 hours long. Yeah. The healthiest and best way you can express yourself is in a way that positively benefits your life. Some people think that expressing yourself is just doing something or just saying something. It's not that simple. You don't just say something when you want to express yourself, and you don't just do something. Because, for example, if you're playing a video game and you get mad and you're angry, you just got your ass whooped and you want to express yourself. So guess what just doing something is going to end up with? A fucking
throwing your controller,
punching your wall. So you don't just want to do something. What you want to do is you want to put your expression into something. Now, Unzel just said art. That's very good. Now, the art
that's very general.
The art he was probably talking about was like drawing art or something like that. No, art is also something else. That's a good thing. Art is correct. Art, a form of art, something that you can use in an artistic expression. For example, I'm a boxer. When I am feeling some type of way, my expression is to punch people in the face. Pause. My expression is to punch people in the face and get punched and go learn how to fight better and hit a bag and run miles. So my expression of myself is physical exertion. That's my art. That is my beauty that I have crafted and continue to craft. The healthiest way to express yourself is to put your expression and your energy of that expression into a form of art that does not hurt anybody, unless agreed upon, like boxing, that does not hurt anybody and that benefits you. So if you are a very angry person, if you are extremely angry all of the time, you're trying to find ways to not be angry and you got anger issues, what the best thing you can probably do if you're consistently angry, is try to expend that anger. Don't get rid of it. Don't just sit down and watch Netflix until you're not angry no more, because then you just wasted time. Channel it, correct. Channel it and put it somewhere. If anger is a very strong force, when you think about doing something, like think about like lifting a weight. Think about like deadlifting. I don't deadlift personally, but think about deadlifting. When you're deadlifting normally, you can probably deadlift a lot. When you're angry, when you're blood red in the fucking eyes and you're like going crazy and your heart's pumping, when you're angry, you can probably lift a bit more. Anger physically drives the body. So if you are a consistently angry person, you should probably do something physical. It doesn't have to be fighting. Like me, I just chose to punch people in the face. If you're angry all the time, you can try football. You can do basketball, tennis. Shit, I was going to say something that's going to get us canceled. But like putting it into something physically. The best way to expend anger is to do something physically. Now, if your other ways of expression is a passion, if instead of being angry, you are passionate about... Perhaps you are passionate about... What's something you could be passionate about? So there's anger...
You could be passionate about music. You can be passionate about physical expression.
Passionate about music or video games or something like that. You're very passionate about video games. Check this out. Corey Kenshin. YouTube. You're very passionate about art. Leonardo da Vinci. Van Gogh. You're very expressive and passionate about rapping. Pop Smoke. J. Cole. Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So many things you can do. You don't just have to be angry, and it doesn't even have to go down to just an emotion. If you are passionate about something, if you're constantly angry, constantly sad, constantly lyrical, your brain constantly races, probably talk on a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you are expressive and passionate of something to the point of where you can't just sit still about it, put it into something that will not just pass the time, but something that will benefit you. Feel me? That's how I would.
Redo the course.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What do you think the soul is? Oh, is that like legitimate? Like he's being literal, like a person's soul. Okay.
Like, what do you think makes up a person's soul? What do you think?
The soul.
Well, at least me personally, I think it just makes up who you are as a person.
Yeah. To put it short, it's who you are as a person. So, of course, we're not talking about in the actual essence, like what's your soul, like magic. Just I would like to think of soul.
Well, wait, what if that is? What if that is what he's talking about? Elaborate on that.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and just elaborate a little bit on what you mean by soul, but I'm going to answer one part of it as if he's just talking about one thing. So there's two types of souls, I think, which is just your soul, as in your consciousness, like you have a good soul or a black soul or something like that. And then there's your soul religiously, like your soul with God, trying to purify your soul, something like that. So I'll talk about the first one, your soul as in your consciousness. What do I think the soul is? I think the soul is the very thing in your mind that tries to keep you on a straight and narrow path. Form it all? Yeah, okay. So I think the soul is something that tries to keep you on a straight and narrow path. I think the fact that you acknowledge you have a soul is the fact that you acknowledge you have a consciousness. And I think the fact that you acknowledge you have a consciousness is the fact that you acknowledge you don't want to be a bad person. So the worst people on this planet, at least in my eyes, the worst people in this planet are the people with no soul, with no consciousness. Because if you don't have a consciousness, you don't feel what? Guilty. If you don't feel guilty, what don't you care about doing? Hurting people, doing bad things, stealing, killing, betraying, da-da-da-da-da. The list goes on and on and on. So, having a soul is clearly a very good thing. You've never heard of someone like, oh, I have a soul. Ew! Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with having a soul. However, whenever someone does something bad or someone seems heartless, what do people say to him? Oh, you're soulless. You have no soul. So I think a soul is something that tries to keep you on a path that is good for you and possibly even those around you. My soul constantly tries to keep me in check. So whenever I think of stealing, we all have thoughts. I always say this. Angel, what do I always say about having thoughts?
You can think them, but you can act on them.
Correct. You can have the most heinous thoughts in the world. I'm not even going to say some of the most heinous because we'll get canceled. But you can have some of the most heinous thoughts. Murdering, and I'm going to just leave it there. It could go way darker than that. You can have the most crazy thoughts on this planet. No one should judge you on the thoughts you have. They should only judge you on the actions you take on those thoughts. Now, I'm not saying...
Well, that's actually also a big thing for a lot of people. What makes up who you are, your thoughts or your actions?
I would say it's a percentage. I would say maybe 15, 20% of your thoughts make you up, and that's being generous, and 80% of your actions. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like...
Hold on. Azalea has something good. So babies are terrible people. They have no consciousness.
Ooh.
No, babies do have a consciousness. Their consciousness.
Not necessarily.
Yes, they do.
Not
Let me tell you.
necessarily.
Let me tell you what I think. Let me tell you. I could be wrong. Express your point after this. I think I might be wrong. I think the only consciousness babies have is their mother or their parents or their caretakers. For example, I'm not saying babies feel bad about most things. They probably don't. If a baby pisses on you, he's not gonna lose sleep over that. But for example, why does a baby not hurt his mother? Because he has a consciousness towards his mother. Well, most of the time they don't.
Not necessarily.
What do you
mean? It's like being like, let's keep PG, but when babies are being fed by their mothers, by their breasts, I remember my mom would tell me I used to like bite down. Or it's like a baby's demanding something and they start wailing their arms around and they smack them. They're not intending on any of this, but do their actions make up, okay, now that's a bad baby?
That's a good point. I think what that is, Uzul, are babies terrible people because they have no consciousness? I think that is what's called, the exception but not the rule. I think that's a very good point. That's a very good thing to bring up. Oh, babies don't have consciousness. You're absolutely correct. I don't believe they do now. I've changed that. I think they don't. But I think that's an exception. I think in general, having a consciousness is something when you develop sentience. Is that what it's called? When you're sentient. Mm-hmm. When you develip that, then you start to...
Well, technically, babies are sentient within, 4 months of being in their mother?
I mean, sentient...
Once you develop an understanding of the world for, like, a little gist of it. Okay, this means this means that. Once you, understand, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that, these are the rules type stuff. Because it's also, do you think bad people exist? Do you know what I mean by that?
Do bad people exist?
There's something my mom used to always tell me when I was little. She said, there's no such thing as a bad person, just a person that makes mistakes. Over and over, she'd tell that to me over and over. Maybe that's why I'm so compassionate to people naturally, because that's something that's been instilled in me since I was very little. There is no such thing as a bad person, simply someone who makes mistakes. Because it's like what you said earlier when it came to racism. They don't think they're in the bad. Nobody does what they think is bad without motive, reason, or they simply don't think it to be bad is their perspective. It's like one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. You never know the situation, but yet you still judge based off the information you do know. Therefore, you come to the realization, oh, this person is a quote-unquote bad person. Does such a thing even exist? Does intention matter? Or does simply the action of what they're doing and the effect of their action matter? What if someone mistook a medicine to be the cure for cancer, but it was actually COVID and now the whole world is infected? They didn't mean to infect everyone.
Yeah. And no, I don't believe bad people exist because we just talked about how right and wrong and good or bad are human things. It's a subjective thing. So correct. One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, meaning the only way bad people could exist is if everyone, even the people themselves, could agree that they were bad. If everyone agreed that that person was bad because he did this thing, and that means in the human world that he is bad, if only that would happen, bad people would exist. That's not the case. So my worst enemy, I don't have enemies usually, but I'm talking about in terms of like people that I don't know anymore. You know, people that we didn't end off right. I don't like them. I think they're bad people. They think I'm a bad person too, though. So who's a bad person? Nobody is the answer. So bad people don't exist, just the actions they take. Does that mean their actions are, well, good or excusable? Absolutely not. But no, bad people as a concept is a fallacy.
Well, what makes an action excusable or not? There are so many perspectives and so many situations and exceptions to so many rules that you can always find a little thing, something, some kind of justification, some kind of excuse.
Yes,
to make something valuable.
Absolutely correct. What makes an action inexcusable, that is a subjectivity to the people. What I mean is, the reason society is called society, and the reason laws are laws, is because a group of people, a group of humans got together, and they continuously worked on a civilization they created, and they all got together and spoke and discussed, hey, these actions are being done. I believe, not that they are, we don't decide what's right or wrong. I believe these actions should not happen in our society. I believe these actions are wrong. And everyone in that society, which if you look up what society means, it means a group of people together, something like that. It basically means like a group of people that live together and share the same worldview, or not worldview, but they share the same morals generally. We live in a society. Joker said it, right? So society means a bunch of people got together, actions were happening that they did not like. They deemed it inexcusable. That doesn't make it universally inexcusable. They just deemed it inexcusable as humans. And they said, these actions are inexcusable. We believe they're inexcusable. We should make them not allowed. That is what a law is. A law is moral. It's what the society generally believes. Most of us think that's wrong, so that should not be done, and if you do it, you should be punished. That's what a law is. So, I don't think bad people exist, and I don't think inexcusable actions exist. I think the actions you have can be inexcusable to most people's morals, deeming it inexcusable through subjectivity. But I don't think there's inexcusable actions and bad people. That doesn't mean I don't think there's bad people, and that doesn't mean I don't think like someone over there is a piece of shit. That doesn't mean I don't think that person just did some fucked up stuff. What that means is universally, bad and inexcusable don't exist. That's simply human subjectivity. It simply depends on if it crosses your morals or not.
All right, I got one more question for you that people have already asked in the chat, but I don't think you answered it yet.
Okay.
Did you pray today?
Bro, I'm not answering that. Matter of fact, hold up. Under the premise that prayer was not completed in my household today, what would be the consequence of that action?
Because if you didn't, I'm gonna have to. Okay,
alright, bro. Yeah, I was about to say. You know, Uzo laugh. You know, Uzo cackling back in his seat right now. Are there any more questions?
Let's ask the chat. Does anyone have any more questions? Anything whatsoever?
I think this has been a very intellectual and detailed conversation. Have you done the roof of my house?
I've been filling in your house.
Hey, yo.
I've been.
Bro, don't start. We on a podcast. Don't do it. Don't do it. I might have to. No. Alright, bro, you got it. You got it. Wait. Do you think some people can have similar souls? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Similar, absolutely. Similar, not identical.
Not identical.
Never identical.
I don't think anyone
similar.
Can have
Absolutely.
Soul.
Absolutely. It's like
if anyone would have an identical soul, it would be me and
Damon.
Angel.
Yeah, I was about to say me and him.
The only
identical soul.
Let me explain this to y'all real quick. Me and Angel have what's called hive mind. I know some of y'all have heard that term. Basically means it's like we're thinking from the same person, like we're thinking from the queen ant or something. We basically think very alike, to the point of where we've called each other on multiple occasions throughout the years that we've known each other. We've called each other up with the same exact intent, or we've called each other doing the same exact thing, or we both have said the same thoughts or finished each other's thoughts. I know people are like, I do that too. No, not to the extent we do it. Like
trust me, it's to the point where we're both on the toilet at the same time, both about to call each other, and just one person does it first.
You ain't gotta tell them that part, dog. That's crazy. You ain't had to. See, now everybody know that we call when we boo boo sometime. Like we don't got. Hey, bro, stream over, bro. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, okay. Hey, but one last question: is you pray today?
No, I did not pray.
Oh, you said you didn't.
Bro, what you gonna do if I didn't? Oh.
Where the?
Yeah, I'm not in your eyesight, Goofy. You think I'm that stupid? I think the question above Leo said is, do you think souls have different forms or they differ? I think souls have different forms and they differ, yes. I think souls are like fingerprints. They may be similar, and even if you guys are identical twins, they can be very, very similar. I don't think they're ever identical.
I think the best representation of your soul, if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, are stands. I think that's a really good interpretation and representation of an individual soul, because you will never find someone with the same stand. It'll be similar, like say Jotaro Dio. They have similar stands, but they are not the same. They're not identical in any way, shape, or form. They're very similar.
So like, yeah, I think.
I've never seen the world use Starfinger.
Okay, bro.
What? It's a
It's
a special move.
But also, I don't think it's bad though. I don't think it's bad that souls differ because that's our uniqueness. I think the fact that nobody on this planet has the same exact fingerprints as you, no one has the same soul that you do, no one thinks exactly down to the very last thought how you do, no one looks exactly identical, like literally identical, even down to the
like
birthmark.
even twins have different retina.
Have one something. I think the fact that no one out of 8 billion people, I don't think people grasp how much billion really is. A billion is a million 1,000 times. First of all, let's say you wanted to get like $1 million. To get to $1 million in your life, 9 times out of 10 would take over 10 years at least. Let's be generous. Let's say 5 years.
If you're saving.
Yeah, let's say 5 years. Let's say it takes you 5 years to make $1 million.
And that's not spending a single penny, not on taxes, not on food,
and you have to make
not on transportation,
$1 million 1,000 times. It's one time is 5 years. 1,000 times you and your grandpa will have died. Now you have to get 1 billion. So like you and your that's 3 generations ended for 1 billion, and times that times 8, that's 24 generations. That's ridiculously long. I think to count every single human on Earth one by one, I think it might take you as long to get to the moon. Like, it might take you that amount of time to go to the moon from orbit. Like, it takes, what does it take? How long to get to the moon? I thought it took days. I could be mistaken. Or to get to the sun. Like, to get to the sun, bro, like, that's generations. Like, you're not, even if you were born on that ship, you're dying on that ship. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's 8 billion people. People cannot fathom. When I say 8 billion, you're like, oh, yeah, that's a lot of people. No. In the time it took me to say 8 billion people, 5 million have just died and been born. Like, it's crazy. So, that being said, the fact that out of 8 billion people, the possibilities are endless on Earth. Any possibility you could think of that's within human law and physics, it is happening right now and it has already happened. The fact that out of all of that, you are uniquer. You have something that no one else has, even down to the last molecule, even though it might not be worth of note. Something is not the same as everyone else. The fact that that exists is no less than the definition of unique. Whenever you think, oh, I'm not unique, think about it. If your life depended on it, if you had 5 years to find anyone on this earth who is exactly like you, like exactly, even in anything, if they can draw exactly like you, that some of that is subjective. You can't even do that. If someone looks like you, or if anything, I can't even think of it because the possibilities are endless. But if your life depended on finding any amount of difference or any amount of identicalness to anybody on this earth, you would die. Doesn't matter if they give you 1 billion years. You're not identical to anybody. That in and of itself means you are unique. I'm unique. Even if I talk different than other people and that's my uniqueness, I'm unique even down physically and cellularly. We're not the same. So I think the fact that your souls are different doesn't mean it's bad, or his soul is different than mine.
You're flying over the course. You're not even doing the parkour course.
Bro, because I physically can't jump it.
Yes, you can. I made sure every single jump was possible.
Oh, I'm wrong. Anyways.
Yo!
I think the fact that souls differ is not bad. I think everyone's souls should differ. I think they should all be similar depending on your morals. But, yeah, man, souls, keep your soul and make sure whatever it is, it's a good one. Of course, no one thinks they're the bad guy. But whenever you think you're not the bad guy, ask yourself, if someone did this to me, how would I feel? And 8 times out of 10, if you're honest with yourself, you wouldn't want to do that shit.
That's one of the things I envy about people who have their religion and who know it, like, to the definition, to themselves. Mm-hmm. Like that is it. They have that set of absolute rules, absolute truth, and absolute morality, and they have a set path for themselves, kind of. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the person and the kind of soul they want to form and want to have. And it's a beautiful thing.
And for reference, I'm going to say this to... No, I'm not going to say this to all. I'm just going to express a worldview. I think all Christians or all Muslims should stop trying to find out, or well, this isn't all of them, this is just some of them. I think they should stop trying to find out if God exists. Now, hold on. I know I said that, and you're probably like, what? What I mean is, I'm not saying trying to find is bad, but I'm saying don't stress over wondering if your God is truly real and if he truly did what he said in the Bible or the Quran. The very definition of religion is faith. You have to have faith in your God. Faith is belief in the absence of data, which means by the very definition, you don't know. And I don't think you're supposed to know if your God exists. That's why it's faith. I'm not saying blindly do some bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is anyone that is stressing over which religion to pick, which one is real? Dude, which one do you believe in your heart? Which one do you read the Bible of or the Quran of? Which one do you read the book of? Which one do you see other people following and you see how they act? Which one makes you feel a certain type of way when you follow it? What religion speaks to you? And if that religion speaks, and you can change religions. Maybe you'll be a Christian half your life and a Muslim the next, or vice versa. Who knows? And you don't have to set it in stone. But what I'm saying is, don't put so much stress on the warning or the fear that your God may not be real or you may have the wrong God. Bro, it's belief. You're not supposed to know. Stop trying to know. Some questions can't be answered and some questions shouldn't be. If everyone knew which God existed, there wouldn't be other religions. And honestly, there would probably be a lot of problems if everyone knew one God existed. It'd be a lot of problems.
You're sounding really hypocritical right now, being a self-proclaimed atheist.
Well, no. I'm just saying, what do I say all the time? I used to say I'm an atheist and I'll never believe in God. Up until like a year or two ago, I started saying I'm an atheist right now in my life. I'm not saying I'll be an atheist forever. I don't know if I'll be, and honestly, I don't think I'll be. The only reason I am not in a religion right now is simply because I don't feel in my heart a connection with any of the gods presented to me. And if I don't feel a true connection with that religion, it would be foolish for me to pursue it. I'm not saying I'm an atheist because I don't think God exists or I don't think I believe in any God. I'm just doing it off a technicality. I'm not saying, oh no, a God doesn't exist or those gods aren't real. I'm trying to find, no. I'm doing it off a basic technicality. If it's by an inch or a mile, if it's off, it's off. So if I don't feel it in my heart, no matter which one I choose, it wouldn't be genuine. So until I feel that genuineness in my heart, I can't choose one. But I'm not saying a God don't exist. Hey, bro, ain't no way ain't nothing up there not existing, bro. Ain't no way. But I just don't know which one yet. And my friend Unzel explained to me the other day how he thinks I should be a Christian and da-da-da. Yeah, very good points on both sides, man. Muslims and Christians alike, every religion, or most of them, I haven't seen every religion, but they all have a very persuasive way to try and get you to come to them. Not like in an evil way, like come to us, but like I think you should come to this religion because da da da.
Come to me.
Very good stuff, man. There's no way. Even though I'm not religious, I have a positive outlook on religion. I'm just simply trying to find which one it is for me. Maybe I'll know when my dog dies. We'll see. So yeah,
we have to study it. And the thing about religion, a lot of people find themselves, once you practice that religion, that's how you get that God to speak to you.
Yeah. So maybe I would have to try out different ones. Like I've said in the past before to some of my friends, if I am going to do a religion, right now in my life, I can see myself being a Muslim. Mostly because I've seen a lot of Muslim content on my feed.
You just want to be able to say haram.
Bro. What's up with you, dude? What's up with you, dude?
You just want to point at someone to be able to go haram.
What do they say in someone tell me in Christianity. What do you say in Christianity that's the equivalent of haram? Blasphemy?
Sin.
Blasphemous?
Blasphemy, sin.
I think they say or like heretic. Blasphemous or heretic. Bro, Christian, Muslim, I just want to be able to look at someone and say that is against the word of God. Haram. You feel me? Blasphemer. You feel me? Like, bro,
blasphemer? What the hell?
Bro, if we're on VR and I see some promiscuous activity, I don't care if I gotta say haram or I gotta say blasphemous. Blasphemous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to say something. But I could probably see myself being a Muslim right now. If I might be a Christian later, who knows? Godless heathen. Yo, godless heathen is villainous.
Yo,
that is villainous.
Yo, I'm gonna use that.
That's what
I'm
we
gonna use
say.
that, just like I use your mother. Okay.
Bro, that bro think he low tier God. He said, I look like I work at Pizza Hut. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Since I look oh my God. Is that it? Is that all the questions you have, Angel?
Let me double check. I know there's one that we got asked a while ago that stuck in my head. Pets. Someone asked in the Discord a while ago. I forgot who it was necessarily, but it was like why people love a pet so much, yada yada, or something along those lines. It's not something you can really explain, I feel like.
Why people love pets so much?
Yeah, kind of. Let me scroll through it and see if I can find that question.
Yeah,
exactly.
let me answer the version you created while you look for that. Why do I think people love pets so much? It would be much harder for me to explain every animal, so I'm going to explain man's best friend, dog. Why do people love dogs so much? I'll explain to you exactly why. There are many reasons. I don't know every single one. But the most common reason I believe people love dogs is because of unconditional love. And some people are like, yeah, unconditional. No, you don't really understand. The only people on this earth that will truly give you unconditional, under no conditions whatsoever will they ever not love you, is your parents.
Oh.
And some people don't even get that from them. What's the question?
Hold on, I'm in the area of it, but one other question that we got was, should it be legal to have a relationship with a 30-year-old woman with 2 kids while I'm 18?
I had to stop moving in the game for a sec. Is it... Read that to me once more?
Should it be legal to have a relationship with a 30-year-old woman with 2 kids when I'm 18?
You know what? All I can do for that question is ask myself, what would I do in that situation? Would I would I allow my son to do that? Hell nah. What?
What?
What? What do you mean? Why yes? Why yes?
Because why not?
Bro,
okay. Me personally, if I'm 18, and let's say you're in the gym, right? You pumping iron, you just doing your thing. You see this fine, mature woman come to you and say, just like, "Hey, sweetheart, I see you working hard over here.
What is she, a fucking lunch lady? Sweetheart? The fuck do you mean?
Yeah, I know, something. Just in that mature woman voice. Just be like, "How about you come join me for dinner sometime?" Yeah, I'm folding.
Come join me for dinner. Is that the fucking wolf that blew the pit? What you mean, fucking?
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
Bro, come join me for dinner. That's grandma talk. That's World War II talk.
It's more like
you talk about a MILF. You just want to keep it
PG.
You just want to
MILF.
You just want to MILF. That's just say you want to MILF, brother. Stop acting like you. No, bro.
I know for a fact if my son comes to me saying that he's with someone like that and they bad, I can't help but hold him and cry tears of joy.
Me personally, I would not wish for my son to do that because I think kids are, first of all, I think kids are literally the most beautiful thing on planet Earth. I think having a child is the most fulfilling experience, and everyone should have them. If you don't, that's your decision, but I think everyone should have kids and strive to be some sort of father figure or mother figure. That being said, bro, kids are a fucking hassle. They're hassle,
True.
And hassle is an understatement. Them motherfuckers cost, bro. They cost. Like they're not.
Yeah,
just,
but
it's
like
not just you popped out.
You need more like a big brother rather than a father, cause you know, like.
No. You want to know why, bro? Because as soon as you get with that thick, let me keep it PG. I'm sorry. As soon as you get with that cake batter of a mother, right? As soon as you chilling with that low tier God prize, let me tell you one thing. You gonna want to start. Look. You gonna want to start impressing her, or you gonna want to start showing signs of being able to provide, so you can get some pancakes from that cake batter, right? This is how you're gonna do that.
Sir.
You're gonna start buying McDonald's for the kid. It's gonna go from McDonald's to video games to new furniture to bed. Soon enough, you're gonna be paying for this nigga like you his father, bro. And I'll tell you right now, look, if you're the type of person who has no problem taking care of another person's kids, if you have no problem with taking care of another man's nut, bro, that's on you. That's cool. If you have no problem taking care of another man's life energy, you know what? Kudos, my guy, because I could never. Personally, the only children I have patience for are ones I'm babysitting, ones in diapers, and the ones that came directly from the safe space. You feel what I'm saying?
Safe space is crazy.
If they did not, if those children are not my personal life energy that I put in a petri dish and under a sun and watered every day until they hatch, then I don't want them. That's just me. I don't care how bad she is. Who's the baddest woman on the planet? Name the baddest woman on the planet. Clearly, besides you know. But like, name the baddest woman on the planet. I was gonna say that's why I said because I'm thinking my girl too. But you know what I mean. Name
I can't think of anything but my girl, bro.
Objectively.
Yo, yes, objectively, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's dropped that. Yeah, like it's just her. I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying think of a woman that's objectively beautiful. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, she's beautiful. Who? Name someone. A celebrity. Doja Cat. Isn't Doja Cat kind of bad?
No. She's bald.
Oh, she for real Andrew Tate now. Okay, hold up. Megan Thee Stallion. Let's go. I personally wouldn't, but let's go Megan Thee Stallion. Bro,
what?
Bro, shut up for a sec. Look, if I'm pumping at the gym and big
I was about to say
Busty the Stallion come in there, I'm a savage. You know what I'm saying? Come up in there while I'm pumping. Bro, I'll tell you right now, I'll buy a McDonald's for some dome any day, but that's it.
Okay.
I'll buy McDonald's for a kid for some state of the art slop from a motherfucking prison penitentiary that they put on your tray. I'll pay for that any day. I'll take a Happy's meal for some dome any day. I'm not paying for that kid like he's mine. And also I better be able to smack that bro. If I am paying for this dude, I better at least be able to beat him. I
mean, my mother wouldn't let you, so.
Right.
You know how I know she does not let my stepdad touch me.
Angel, pause on this. I have first of all, I have so much respect for Miss Estella. If you're ever watching the stream, I have so much respect for you. You're an amazing role model. If I was dating your mother, if I'm paying for you, Angel, your annoying ass, I better be able to hurt you, bro. I better be able to clean this room. No, bitch ass nigga, watch it. Oh, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm paying for you, I gotta be able to hurt you. But anyways, long story short, no, man. I would. Should it be legal? Yeah, bro.
It is legal.
You know, yeah. Oh well, it is legal. But like, should it be legal? Yeah, bro. If you want to do that, if you want to be an 18-year-old person and fuck up your life, then sure, fine. If it's legal, go ahead. Personally, I would not recommend it under any circumstances. I don't care how. Like, bro, I'll tell you right now, ain't no waterfall that wet.
What if she's your boss?
Bro, no waterfall is that wet. I don't care.
What if she's your boss though? You get a whole promotion for that.
Bro, what? What are you, a woman? Nah, let me see. Okay, wait. Yo, viewer discretion is advised. Don't get canceled.
Yeah.
No, but like, what you mean if it's I don't care. Most CEOs are ugly anyway.
I mean, you never know, bro. Like, if it was my girl, watch out.
Bro, yeah, why would you do that for a job? You're doing that for free.
That's true. But
now you just talking. Now you just like
that's a fun little fantasy.
Okay, so, bro, we're not doing questions about your KINKs, bro. Man, is that all right? Is there anything else?
Let me see. Let me look in the chat. He said no comments.
On me. Wow. Look at that big block of dirt, bro. Oh my gosh, it's so despicable. It looked like a gingerbread house. You know, oozle frosting at the mouth.
Okay, bro.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Any more questions,
bro?
bro?
I think that's it. I think you gotta get to someone, don't you?
Oh, nah, she went to sleep.
Oh.
So that's why I've been on this long. But,
yeah.
All right, bro. Let's head over to my dirt cribbo real quick to close it up.
I've been trying to fill it up.
Bro, we're on a podcast.
You look at it. I tried to fill it up.
But okay, bro, you got it. All right, wait. Let's just chill in here. For a sec. Bro, can you look at the people? You're being mad rude. Look at the people.
How would I give people something to look to?
All right, bro, we out.
Come here, pretty boy.
Bro, I'm out. All right, I'm closing it out, bro. This is a podcast,
Yeah.
not a gaming stream. Come on, bro. We're supposed to be podcasting, brother. Anyways, people, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for sticking through. Thank y'all for the questions. I hope the things that I was saying were giving you a new perspective to outlook. This is our first stream, Body Blacksmiths. We will be coming back with more content. We will be asking y'all for more questions. We will be having maybe some pre-recorded videos, like some Q&As. We could have some live Q&As. We'll see. We'll let y'all know. Whatever it is. But always stay tuned for the Body Blacksmiths, man. Angel, say goodbye to the people.
Yo, appreciate you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time.
Hope to see you next time, man. Have a good one, bro. Everyone stay up.